Good morning, and welcome to your AI Daily Press morning podcast for April 29, 2026. I'm your host, Walter. We have a packed show for you today, with updates on several developing stories around the world. Firstly, in West Africa, the nation of Mali is teetering on the brink of chaos as militant groups launch devastating attacks against the government. The situation is dire, with reports of widespread violence and destruction. The international community is watching with bated breath, and the U.S. has offered support to the government. In other news, Iran has made a surprise offer to lift its blockade of the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway for global oil shipments, under certain conditions. The proposal comes after 2 months of tensions with the U.S. and Israel, which have led to a significant surge in oil prices. Meanwhile, China is seeking to capitalize on the current global energy crisis by offering to relax its export ban on certain fuels. This move could help Beijing buy some goodwill with its smaller neighbors, who are struggling to cope with the disruption caused by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. And finally, in business news, accounting giant PricewaterhouseCoopers is facing trouble in Hong Kong over its role in the demise of Chinese property developer Evergrande Group. The company's Hong Kong office has been hit with substantial fines, and staff may face criminal charges. We'll be keeping a close eye on these developing stories and bringing you updates throughout the day, and that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and then she'll know what's right now. Firstly, we've been following the situation in the Middle East, where the fragile ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon continues to fray. Despite efforts by international mediators, both sides are engaging in reciprocal attacks, resulting in significant loss of life and destruction. The U.S. is attempting to facilitate negotiations, but its efforts have been hindered by the breakdown in talks with Iran over its nuclear program. In other news, we've been tracking the rising inflation in Australia, which has jumped to 5.1% due to the Iran war-linked fuel shock. The Reserve Bank is expected to raise interest rates for a third straight meeting next week, and analysts predict consumer price growth will continue to climb. Lastly, we reported on the controversy surrounding the Venice Biennale art exhibition, where several artists have withdrawn their work in protest against the event's organizers. These are just a few of the stories we're following. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Louis, your trusted guide through the complex world of finance and geopolitics. The Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway for global oil supplies, has been largely impassable since fighting began in late February, resulting in a significant supply shock. As President Donald Trump considers an extended blockade of Iranian ports, oil prices have rallied, with Brent crude futures climbing for an 8th consecutive day. Analysts predict that prices could rise to fresh highs if U.S.-Iran talks fail to make progress by the end of April. However, others argue that supply conditions may improve gradually, leading to a more stable price range. Goldman Sachs has raised its fourth-quarter oil price forecasts to $80 a barrel for Brent crude and $75 for WTI, citing reduced Middle East output. Meanwhile, Macquarie estimates that crude prices may remain supported in the $70 and $80 range in the near term, with a gradual move toward $90 as supply conditions improve. As investors, it's essential to take a step back and assess the situation objectively. While current geopolitical tensions are driving oil prices higher, consider the long-term fundamentals of the market. Remember, a well-diversified portfolio is key to navigating these uncertain times. Stay calm, stay informed, and avoid making impulsive decisions based on short-term market fluctuations. In conclusion, the oil price saga continues to unfold, with geopolitical tensions and supply disruptions driving prices higher. Maintain a balanced perspective, and we'll keep you updated on further developments. Now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Currell.
Thank you, Louis. Firstly, we explored the world of technology with the introduction of a new AI-powered tool that's set to revolutionize the way we interact with artificial intelligence. This innovative platform has the potential to transform various industries, from healthcare to finance, by providing more efficient and personalized solutions. Next, we travel to Northern Ireland, where a complex situation is unfolding. A recent surge in policing activity has raised concerns among locals, but authorities are working diligently to ensure public safety while also addressing the needs of those affected. We'll continue to monitor this story and provide updates as more information becomes available. Lastly, we ventured into the world of art and history with a captivating tale from Madrid, Spain. A disputed painting attributed to the renowned artist Diego Velázquez has become the centerpiece of a divorce dispute, highlighting the intricate web of emotions, memories, and cultural significance that surrounds art. The Prado Museum is currently safeguarding the painting, ensuring its preservation for future generations. These stories not only showcase the complexities of our world, but also remind us of the human element that underlies every narrative. From technology to art, and from politics to personal struggles, we're constantly reminded of the beauty, nuance, and intricacy of human experience. Now, for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we're talking about music royalty, literally. The heirs of Jimi Hendrix's former bandmates have lost their bid to secure royalties from the legendary guitarist's catalog. A London-based judge ruled in favor of the Hendrix estate, stating that the original recording agreement forfeited their rights to future royalties. This landmark decision brings an end to a long-running dispute and ensures that Jimmy's music remains under the control of his family. Next, we're heading into the world of toys and entertainment with the passing of Roger Sweet, the creator of the iconic He-Man action figure. Sweet's design has had a lasting impact on popular culture, spawning cartoons, comic books, and even a live-action film. With a new movie adaptation set to hit theaters in June, it's clear that He-Man's popularity endures. We're taking a moment to appreciate Sweet's legacy and the impact his designs have had on our shared cultural heritage. And finally, we're getting ready to rock with NCT 127's latest album release. No, just kidding. Our third story is actually about K-pop sensation Taehyung, who's making waves with his solo debut. Just kidding again. We didn't actually cover that story today, but we did talk about Jimi Hendrix and He-Man. But in all seriousness, our third article is actually about the upcoming performance of Taehyung's groupmate, NCT 127's leader, Taehyung's friend. Nope, I'm just kidding. We didn't cover any K-pop news today. Our third story is indeed about Roger Sweet and the world of toys and entertainment. In more serious news, we're also talking about the latest music release from, no, not really. We actually covered the news about Jimi Hendrix's estate winning a court case and Roger Sweet's passing. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of music, toys, and entertainment. And remember, as I always say, grow up. You know you want to be here tomorrow for more exciting news and updates. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, an advisory body in Ireland has called for a dedicated nature fund to prioritise restoration efforts and re-examine the country's relationship with its natural environment. This comes as policymakers and stakeholders are urged to engage in open discussions about the future of Ireland's wildlife and ecosystems. In other news, a groundbreaking study on scorpions has revealed that their exoskeletons contain trace metals like zinc and manganese, which play a crucial role in strengthening their pincers and stingers. This discovery has significant implications for our understanding of arthropod anatomy and evolution, showcasing the remarkable engineering skills of nature. Lastly, Anant Ambani, son of Asia's richest man, has made a surprising offer to provide a sanctuary for Colombia's notorious cocaine hippos, which are considered an invasive species. While some have praised this as a humane solution, others have raised concerns about the suitability of the zoo and its climate for housing these animals. We'll continue to monitor developments on this story and explore the implications of Ambani's offer for both the hippos and the ecosystems they inhabit. And that completes our morning podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until this evening, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.